not showing it. I mean, I'm kind of there, but it's probably just gonna freeze. Anyway, welcome back to the Naebot. Sorry, that was such a long little wait, but I just kind of wish my computer would just, work. I don't know why it's being such a bad. It was cut off from the internet for a second there too, so I was worried that this may not work at all. And that would be bad. But I'm just kind of go off of hope right now and pray it's working. Activate the console. Fascinating the fact that we're inside a volcano. How are we not roasted alive? Ah.
Under the console.
Excuse me, I'm gonna grab this real quick. Sorry, I ate a little bit of a snack.
To any human responder, the reconfiguration of this facility has introduced instabilities into the primary geothermal pipeline. It may be possible to exploit these vulnerabilities to destroy compromised elements of this facility while preserving most of the backup stabilization. Recapture imminent. I have attached additional...
I don't understand what the spirit was... Been looking for a way to defeat the daemon. And it may have found one. Machine parts. Dumped here to be melted down. Efficient.
We need to get across that gap.
Yeah. Yes. Looks like I'll have to go over. Again.
Okay. Oh, look at Tall Neck. What you doing out here, friendo? Stop moving your head. I honestly thought he had spotted me already, but apparently not. Alright. Yes, I'll find a way, Aratak. Don't you worry. I'll do it. Oh. There better not be more. I didn't look. I almost died, but at least I didn't actually die. I would say not. Right there. I like how it screeches away. Why did you go to that one? Of all the no. Why? Grab it, stay, don't move. That didn't even make sense. Oh. Well. Okay, well here I go. Whee! Pull up on my sorry. Nice. Did you want to grab it? Grab it. Grab it. It's right there. Thank you. Ah! It's mostly complicated because she doesn't really listen very well. Oh! Why? I pressed the other way. This way, this way, this way, this way, this way! Fine. Oh. Grab it, like right there. Thank you. It is. Okay. One last exchange with the Juno. Okay, there we go. Personal log. After I put the pieces together about the swarm, there's a million things I could have done. Contemplated my own death, contacted everyone I've ever known and loved, gotten drunk, but, of course, being me, I obsessed about whether or not I should text Anita. Whenever resistance is being mounted against the war machines, she's part of it. Who am I, then, to bother her? Would she even be able to respond? If she's dealing with the military, would her communications be monitored? But she saved me the trouble. Gotta admit, I was a little disappointed when her message didn't consist of "I will always love you." Instead, she wanted data samples from Cyan's confidential log, the one that pertains to emotional responses. Under any circumstances, I would have refused. Any other circumstances, I would have refused. The very thing we had tried to keep secret for years, and she wanted to share it. But I sent the log because she wouldn't ask if she didn't need it. I can't understand why, though. Sounds like she's helping to develop an AI, but how could that possibly help stop the swarm? Oh, that AI. There was so much I wanted to say to her, but none of it seemed fair. I'm guessing she has her hands full trying to save the world. Frankly, I remember that feeling. In the end, I settled for an ineffectual confirmation, hoping against hope that she would cast aside my fears. Nope. Kitty, is it as bad as I think it is? Anita, worse. Go be with your sister and tell Cyan that I said goodbye. So that's it. Untold destruction awaits. Billions of lives. My own, my family's, and yet my mind keeps coming back to Anita. I'll never see her again. Feel her touch, hear her voice, no final embrace, no closure. That desire to end things properly, that need, shames me when I think about my dithering away over Cyan. I've gone over every possible scenario, every possible version of the speech, trying to predict how she'll react when I tell her, well, what I need to tell her. But that's the thing. I can't predict her reaction for one very simple reason. She's human, in every way that matters. I've got to be there for her, to give her the moment she needs, just like the rest of us. It's the very least she deserves. So sad. Alright, let's go. Joshua Arduous from Isla Piri. Blast from the past. Josh, sweetie, I hope all's fine with you and your mom. We really should keep in better touch. I've taken a post in New Zealand with that program they've got for young people returning to the country. They want to be absolutely certain it's safe. At the moment, I'm making a survey of the caldera at Taupo. Blast from the past, indeed. At any rate, I don't know if you already saw in the Wyoming News, Holo, but remember that fellow Dodd Blevins? Of course you do. Well, they finally found what became of him. I've copied the good bit below. Hugs and stogs. He slept. He actually did die. Like, wow. Spring thaw reveals body of missing man. The retreat of the winter snows has brought closure to a missing person case that went unsolved for nearly 15 years. Human remains identified as those of Dodger Dodd Blevins, who disappeared in 2046, were located at Purple Mountain inside the former Yellowstone National Park. The previously undiscovered body emerged on Purple Mountain as a result of meltwater flows after an unusually warm winter. It was discovered by Faro servitors conducting a survey of the terrain. Authorities believe that the cause of death was an accident involving an antique vehicle designed for winter travel. Okay, so for those who might remember from my past videos, when I went to that dam and I got one of these points, these data points, and it was about this one gal, I think, that was like, you know, I changed the sign on him just to mess with him. And then he went that way. And apparently he got into an accident and he died. Well, he wasn't a problem anymore. I guess there's that. Yeah.
Voice of David.
that's the altar. I was like, what? Cyan access. As Acting Chief Digital Security Officer and Interim AI Administrator for the Firebrick Project, I hereby state to have updated the orbicular pattern for the Cyan Regulatory AI on 17th September 2064, according to procedure, to ensure against tampering, meddling, disarranging, or outlandish mischief of any kind. Such as with previous updates, after the source node has been activated, the remaining data nodes must be pathed to establish a flow between adjacent intact nodes, so to then connect back with the source node. Jorgen Holm. Thank you, Jorgen.
There is no blue light here. There's a spirit present, or only the daemon.
It's both. But we have to find out.
There's a lot of boxes here. I'll be with you in a second, Damon. So bad. Alright, you know, usual. First of all, do I even need to move you?
Possible security threat detected.
Nuh-uh! You see nothing. You feel nothing. And, you're fine. Crap. I knew I was doing it wrong!
Analyzing scrutiny matrix.
Excuse me? You shush? You shush?
Secure battery countermeasures.
Wrong way. Can't do it that way, right?
Recapture protocol initiated.
Right? Heck, damn it. Oh, fuck. Aha!
It worked.
Partial
worked!
recovery initiated. Caldera of Yellowstone Analytic Nexus online.
Oh.
Spirit of the blue
Cyan.
light. It's Aurea. Your servant. Your friend. Please tell me how to aid you.
Aurea, the daemon is building hunter-killers. Thousands of them. Several new elite units have already been released. To counter this threat, much of the facility must be destroyed. Recapture imminent. Go to the core chamber. I will try to raid the technical strength. One has been exposed, but I am
Unauthorized protocol return to scheduled task.
That's all we're gonna get from here.
Destroy this fortress. Is that even possible?
And what will happen to the spirit if we do?
I don't know. But I think that's the core. The answers are down there.
Let's go!
Hephaestus.
Yeah!
The daemon. There's no way it left it unguarded. It's going to throw everything it has at us.
I would ask you to let Aloy and I do what must be done. And save yourself. But I already know the answer. Then lead us into battle.
Keep moving towards the core.
Just gonna hop on down here, it's fine. Note.
Uh-oh. Whatever Cyan did, I don't think Hephaestus is happy about it.
Wait! No. That was open. Yep. Ah. Here we go.
Okay. Cyan said something about restraints.
Ow! I don't feel that was necessary. Where are you? There you are. Oh, sorry. Ah, there's a fire claw. I've been waiting for you. I need a heart.
The new
and a
unit that
lid.
Cyan warned us about. This won't be easy.
Woo! You are a tough bugger. Oh my gosh. Oh, he's hiding. That's a That's not a good place. It hurt. Woo, I dodged it. Yeah. Oh, these are still really hard to kill. Okay. That hurt you at all.
Another tower! Stop it from repairing the beast!
Are you serious? Woo. Ow. How do you even cast this kind of magic?
Don't let her repair the machine.
What? Where? Literally right there. Ah! Get out of my way!
We can't kill the machine when the tower ain't there.
Excuse me, where did you go? I did it! Oh my gosh! Well, there. At least I would be happy that I finally ended that
As you
there's
say,
just
the tower is the key.
that's so. Excuse me, I gotta loot absolutely everything first. Supply crate up there.
You spoke of the tower. What must be done with it?
I gotta go override it. Just stay a while. I'll get there. Where? Okay, so there's that one. Ah. I know I saw a third one. A heart? I need now is links. I'll be able to link the last of the things I wanted to buy. Okay, there's the tower. Right, the tower. Call record. Okay. I remember this sucks. Okay. This.
Critical threat detected. Autonomous defenses inoperative. Tower network.
Rude!
Maria! Don't!
Spirit! Scion, please help me!
Restraints destroyed. Core access attained. I am initiating a chain reaction that will destroy the compromised elements of this facility. In order to maintain Caldera stabilization, I must now transfer my command functions to the auxiliary data center. Aurea, I'm free. You must escape.
My sister!
That's so sad. You guys see that?
This entire place is gonna go. Aratak. 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 Survive. Prevail. You are Banuk. What else matters? Aratak. She wouldn't have wanted you to die here. Let's go. Let's go!
Run away! Aratak, run faster than that. I know you're in grief, but run faster than that.
One of those?
It's the only way!
Nice catch. Just don't fall.
Give me a
At least you know I just to watch this cutscene of our epic escape.
I need explosive ammo! Above! Quick!
As he just has one conveniently located on his waist.
Great Manukai! Rhea's gone. What of Cyan?
She said she was transferring herself to the auxiliary center. I think she meant Araya's retreat at the end of the Shaman's Path.
Then I will meet you there for the last verse of my sister's song.
Sounds good. Cool. Where the heck am I? On the other side. I am literally on the other side. Sounds good. Been here before. What's this? Oh. Well, that's convenient. Let's just go do that real quick. I was wondering. Nice. I mean, the claw beneath, I can only imagine is a frost claw. Probably a big one.
The northeast edge of the cut. Umnak said I'd find the claws beneath nearby.
Unless it's a rock breaker, which would make sense. It's a rock breaker. Alright?
There you are. Just like Umnak said.
On fire. You're fine.
The claws beneath. Umnak wasn't lying when he said you were tough.
Yeah. Why did you jump over the echo shell? I was trying to pick up the echo shell. Your rock pile. I saw it. Going the wrong way, I know. I just want to look. Alright. Spire. Okay, but for real, and I saw one of his rock piles. Ah, okay, there it is. I just, for some reason, walled stripe. No, it's not. Is it? Oh, it is. Okay, just walled stripe past it. Fine. Well, that's done. All right. Did I search you already? Alright, so that's done. We can go back. Got a couple of things I gotta do there, so why not? So let's just go back. Da-da-da. Okay. It's looking like good means, don't mind me. This loading time takes a while. It's fair, okay? Tiny note. Alright. Let's go talk to you first.
It's over. It wasn't easy, but that rock breaker won't be hurting anyone anymore.
The claws beneath brought low by an outlander. This part of your song will travel far.
I don't know if I'll ever get used to that.
I've found people rarely live up to their songs. You're an exception, though. And you've done me a true kindness. My foe is buried now, like so many of the hunters it killed. My friend, my chieftain. You would be pleased to know his fate won't befall anyone else. Take this in thanks. I believe you've more than earned it.
The stone yield has become a crop of the new camp.
Found the part.
No.
Ready to fix up that weapon?
I am always ready to fix up a weapon.
Never thought I'd be glad to see the inside of a Thunderjaw's mouth.
I sure am. Every machine's a big box of tools. Once they stop trying to kill you, that is.
Yeah.
Trust me, Aloy. You won't recognize this ice rail when I'm through.
It'll probably look exactly the same.
There. Oh, she's perfect. A spear's a spear, right? Poke slash done. Boring. I adjusted the chill water flow, rebalanced here, strapped on a launcher, and now she shoots freezing spikes. Ta-da!
You weren't kidding.
More beautiful, more powerful. That's my guarantee.
I've got what you asked for. Show me what you had in mind for the forge fire.
Finally! Was feeling like I neglected her. And that's a little too close to my family life.
Wow.
She's done and she's yours. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
Oh, looks great. I almost expected you to turn it into a burning ropecaster or something.
Nah, she was close to perfect from the start. She's a Varja original after all.
You've done good work with this weapon, Varja.
Told you I was good. Anyway, I'm glad she's in your hands.
Thanks for your work on the forge fire.
Pleasure. I mean, you couldn't be more of an improvement on her last owner. What a pile of slag he was.
Alright.
If I find anything I think you'd like, I'll be back around.
You better.
Let's go with that last piece, actually. I need... There's 5. I need to scan a Stormbird. I've killed so many, and I haven't scanned it yet. Yay! it does make it better. Fine. I haven't done that one yet, but let's hold up. Improved ice rail. That's not what I meant. Crafting. Modified weapons. I already upgraded the champion bow, so that's done. What I really want is the not that one. The other one I have. The striker bow. So the only thing I can buy is that what that is. Anyway. I just might as well take them out of these ones. Reasons. Right. So you're all about the freezing, so that's fairly appropriate. Nothing to do with shock, though. Let's do this one. Better damage at the very least. Let's do this one. And then, let's get you some handling. It's imperative that you get some handling. Really? That's what you're giving me? Well, fine. I want to save the best things for my Storm Slinger, mostly because I like my Storm Slinger better. 59%. This is the ice rail, so chances of me using it are slim. Shock and freeze. Fire. So that's more for the... That'll be really good for the forge fire, actually. So this is probably fine. Alright. Forge fire, speaking of. Don't need those at all. Why is there shock in there? Don't need any tear. That's fine. Handling is always something to have. Okay. Nope. Handling is imperative. No matter what you use, handling is imperative. More greens. Here. What was the last thing? Let me see. Oh, rock breaker. Alright, let's go to the merchant over here. I don't know if I have enough blue gleam, actually. Blue gleam that I don't have. I'm 13! I need 3 more, but I have the heart, so I can get the striker bow. Get that upgraded. And this needs fire claw lens. Perfect. Let's go save.
Like a shield. I think the combat vanished.
Sure. Alright, so... Improved ice rail. Let's actually go over here. I need to find that blue gleam that's sitting up there anyway, so let's go get it. Let's go get it. Let's bore you guys to tears. That was a strange noise. Oh, it's you guys. What was the improved ice rail? Scorches the ice cannon after freezing. Well, I mean, I could. Why not, since we're here? count? Don't think that counted. Scorchers hit with the ice cannon after freezing. Well, when it's too powerful, what do you do then? I mean, okay. Any more Scorchers? Is that the only one? Well, alright, that was a waste of time. Yeah, okay. Run, goat, run! Seriously, did anyone I know play that game? Oh my gosh, you scared me!
Died so we might live.
Who are you?
When the blue light guides, only a fool chooses the path.
Well, alright, but you're weird. Oh, I need to go up. What is going up? I could have just taken the fire up there. Excuse me. Could you not notice me, alright? Cool, let's just keep this between ourselves. Yeah,
Okay,
no.
now what?
I said no. Oh, no, okay. Remember going up on that mountain and looking fervently everywhere, but it's not there. It looks like it should be though, right? I looked for the stupid stuff. It ought to be around here somewhere. It's a squirrel. Oh. Yeah. Another one that I was missing. I'm pretty sure that's the one that I couldn't find for so stupid. Yeah, whatever, squirrel. More Plantox, my favorite. Well, I mean, okay. But what? Why? Where'd your body even go? Oh well.
Let's find this blue gem a better home.
Alright, so I'm almost out of all items I need to get here. I just need pigment. Oh, I can't wait up there soon. Need the pigment and last animal thing. There, the hunter's 3. I need to go do that. Let's go do that. Yes, let's go. Sounds good. Yay, they're the exact same as ones before, just extra modification slot. Which makes them more powerful. Make a very significant difference. Not surprisingly. It's supposed to. Right. Where are they at? Tramplers are around here somewhere. No. There's also a bus. So I wanna... That's what I have to do. Make sure there's nothing, like no data points over here or anything.
Clever.
Handle on this would be better.
Looking good.
I picked it up. That's right. I got it already. So let's go get that one. We're going back. Right. That tower is going to be a pain. Ow! Why you gotta hurt so bad? No, don't do it! Oh, you're gonna do it? Ow. Fine. Do I do it? Stone sucks. That's not very nice. Servitor says, I'll get docked if I don't do the personal response assignment. Okay, fine, here you go, Robo-Nag. This trip sucks. Yellowstone sucks. High school sucks. Never high school or ever. Dropped my sandwich in some weird rainbow water and it got dissolved. Kinda wicked, I guess, but now I'm hungry. So you're an idiot, high schooler. Why are they always saying to admire the view? Who cares about a view? Don't make me look at things I don't want to look at. Bears, raccoons, rabbits, so many furry who cares. Holocast here sucks. Couldn't do DL latest Goblination patch till we got back on Autobus and missed Shattered Chasm Challenge. My horde was so pissed. I hate nature. There, done, enjoy. By Beth from above. Well, at least you don't gotta worry about it no more. Pigments are done. Just need that last animal figurine. Right? No. Where am I going? Oh. Gravy. I'm going to the wrong place entirely. Fine. Not screwed. Just destroy it all. It is. It's inside. Oh, so mad. Makes sense from a protective point of view.
Fascinating, if they weren't looking for me.
Glad that's done. That one.
Hey, she's starting without us. Let's get down there, flaming skulls.
Last time, Orkite, that is not our name.
Maybe we should table this argument until after the hunt?
Not my fault y'all were late to the party. Just shoot me.
Best hunters in the cut.
There you are, my friend. Which animal are you? You're all useless. Thanks.
Nothing gets my blood running like the hunt. How about it, Aloy? You find the next part?
I don't remember what we're supposed to be looting. In that respect, you know.
And the last kill goes to me. I think.
Probably not, but I'll let you have it. Just this one.
That's another part down. One more and you'll have what you need to pay off Bergrand.
Starting to feel real, you know. I'm starting to believe we're really gonna get out of here. Honestly, I wasn't sure we'd survive a week without Nakoni. But here we are.
Who's Nakoni?
Nakoni was... she was a friend of ours. She challenged the chieftain for control of the Werak.
She didn't make it.
No. If you're gonna tell this story, tell it true. She was murdered.
Is this why you left Banor? Because of this business with Nakoni and your chieftain?
Onakut knew Nukoni was our mentor, our friend. We couldn't stay.
That final night, we snuck back to camp, packed what we could, and left.
Like cowards.
What are we to Ty? We are Banuk, aren't we? Survive and prevail. That's what we do.
It's not what she did.
He challenged the chieftain. Why?
Onakut wrapped himself in power and authority the way some people wrap themselves in furs. If you were willing to fawn over him and sing false songs to him, you might get a spot on the best hunts. The Werax split into two. Those willing to lick the bottoms of Onakut's feet, and the rest of us, waiting for things to get better.
Until Nukoni.
She was the best and bravest of us. She was the one who took a stand.
What happened? How did you lose Nukoni?
She challenged the chieftain to a hunting competition. Onakut, damn him! He wasn't nearly the hunter Nukoni was. But who comes back to the camp after the trial? Onakut, grinning like a snap maw, crowing, "Oh, where's little Nukoni?"
We tracked Nukoni through the woods. Found her not far from the trailhead.
With their damn neck snapped.
I don't want to remember her like that. Sometimes that memory... it's all I can think of.
I'm sorry to Ty. It sounds like she meant a lot to you. To all of you.
So he literally snapped her neck. Yeah, that's...
I'm sorry
Wow.
for what you've been through.
It's nice to be heard. Thank you, Aloy.
Look, it doesn't matter, okay? What happened in Banor is buried in Banor. What matters now is what happens in the Sundom. That's where the burning turkeys are gonna make a name for ourselves, right?
Oh, the burning turkeys? Seriously?
It rolls off the tongue.
Sort of like vomit?
So, where to next?
There's a lake just west of here. Seems like a good place to find a snapmaw fang. We'll meet you there.
If you beat us there, just wait by the campfire. We'll be along.
Alright, well... Okay. It's literally... Alright, but look at this, look at this. Yes. Didn't I do that already? Ooh, wait, no, I'm a chieftain now! I'm a chieftain now! Yes. I'm gonna go this way so I can discover these little tidbits. Challenge real quick, and then we'll go finish the series hunting thing.
Equipped to take you on.
Now I was gonna try to go about this a bit more stealthily, but yeah. Everyone's gonna notice. Alright, like music keeps you relaxed. that last hunting trial. I haven't done it yet. So, because now I'm chieftain, so now I can. Okay, there is literally a fire up here. Why can I not use that? It would be nice. Just saying. Alright, but for real, is that...
Are you up for more?
Do you ever get tired?
I'll rest someday. Not today.
I guess... Well, okay, so it is the same thing. If this tube doesn't do me any good, I got them
I need a
all.
little time.
Then I'll stay a little longer.
Okay.
You're back for more. Good.
It's good to see you too. See, I got them all.
The Chieftain's Trial is a challenge that will push even the mightiest hunter to their limits. Only the largest, most dangerous machines will be loosed into the arenas. Learn their weaknesses quickly, and do what you can to exploit them.
Sounds good.
To best them and survive. That is an ordeal worthy of a chieftain. Use the rope to get to the arena and we'll start. We'll need a moment to pull the machines from the pass into the arenas. Then make your descent.
I just need to know... Scorcher. Okay, so the Scorcher's first. That's gonna be a bit of a pain. But... the ice thing killed it really fast. Oh, I was like, what? Oh, wait, never mind. Okay. Just get a modification. Okay. Then spear, striking bow. Power shot by ice rail. Did a lot of damage last time, and I think I'm gonna try to take advantage of that. Alright. First of all, I'm going to try and change my weapon. Are you serious? Well. Alright, that is an absolutely useless machine if I have to charge up every attack. Thank you. Alright, Aloy, I need you to activate this thing. Thank you. Where is the next arena? This way. Alright, thank you. Oh my gosh, where am I going? There we go. It's 4:30 for a full. Oh. Frost claws, that's gonna take the longest. Let's see. Oh. Grab it. Actually hit the frost claws correctly. How nice is that? Alright.
I can't feel much of anything in this.
You know, that's fair. It's cold, below freezing, all the time. This was absolutely useless. Alright. So, basically, for it to be of any good, we gotta be at a distance.
This will do nicely.
You know where she usually is.
Conquered it on your first run and didn't even make it look difficult. I swear it on the ice. You're as good as any Banuk champion.
Better.
No more trials. Not yet.
Always come back.
Second place? I got first place! Excuse the heckin'. Right. So I can buy this one. Yes, I can buy this now because I have the hearts. That is all done. And this one, I just cleaned completely. I spent all of it completely. Yo. Alright, let's take a look at that one. Alright, so the current striker bow that I have. So we want fire, terror. Don't need freeze or shock. Do need damage, tear, shock. imagine fire. Here we go. How's my handling? I don't have to be there, so my so you know it's okay. It's not my best, but it's okay. Pretty much once I get these all modified, I don't need any of the other modifications. It's a champion bow that I don't use. Power shot bow. Yep, that one's really good. As decent as I'm gonna get it, it looks like. Or what I meant. This one. White fire. Those are up pretty good. Adept storm slayer though. No, I don't want to do adept storm slayer. My rope caster. Do I not have a better rope caster? Terror blasters. Sell one of those. Alright, I need to go through this stuff at some point. It needs to be done. Ah, this is the one. That has fire on it. Does that help me any? Shock and freeze. No. But it actually might be really good for the freeze, shock, and corruption. That's not even an option for that. That just makes sense. Makes sense. Sorry, I'm just trying to take a look at. Fire's the only good thing! Moving on. Let's go to... I got all that blue gleam, so basically quests from here on out are what I have to do for the rest. How have I not got that? Yeah. It's fair. structures. Oh, there's water right there. Here with the bridge right there. I almost jumped right off, didn't I?
Might regret this.
Well, yeah, when you do that. Sheesh. Oh, that's a thunder jar. Let's kill it. As you know.
To start.
Ow. Yeah. All done. Woo. Didn't have more energy. Okay. Now that's discovered. There's a couple of things I need to do, but I guess I don't want to do that yet. Hunters 3. Let's go finish this guy's thing first.
Back again, Enjuk.
You've picked up my interest in the beasts of the old world, I see.
There you go, Enjuk. That should be the last of the figurines.
Alright. Where did that come from? I'll get there eventually. Sorry. Whoa. Stupid amount of retort. Okay.
The blue light. I didn't know if I'd ever see the whole collection reunited. And look at them. They're beautiful. You've done a great thing, Aloy. These may represent the last record that any of these beasts ever lived. Take this. It's the least I can do. And come back anytime. I and our animal friends await your return.
That's all I need to know.
Are you sure? You can never learn too much.
Canis lupus, the enigmatic gray wolf. Brought to you by Montana Recreations.
Could it be that these wolves and our foxes are the same somehow? Perhaps after hundreds of winters. No, that's ridiculous.
They just shrunk and grew fur.
Alcis, the noble moose. Brought to you by Montana Recreations.
The horns grow like... Moose used those bizarre growths to blend in with its forest home.
Sure. That's what they did. Hello. It's right there because it's rough.
No sign of them yet. Guess I'll just sit and wait.
Okay. I'll just do that then.
I was starting to worry about you three. Everything all right?
We took our time. After our last conversation, we had a lot to think about.
I can imagine. Just one more hunt, Then your debt is paid and you three can make your way south. Ready?
Huntress, the Sunshine Snowshoes await your signal.
Horrible! I'm almost impressed, Dulamok. Didn't think you could come up with a name worse than Burning Turkeys.
Well, I liked it. It's Hunt.
Take that one out.
I knew how to when I can. Stealing people's kills is bad. Take it up. Thank you. Oh, that was water. So dramatic. I'm guessing there's another one around. Something. Maybe? Or do I just gotta go turn it in?
Chill always feels like sunburn.
I wanna wait for them to... What? Oh. Ah, there we go. I almost thought that said kill the hunters, and I was like, wait. Oh no.
All right, that's the last of them.
All right. I gotta go talk to you, huh? All right. I'm coming.
Come here, Aloy. Let's have a proper goodbye, huh?
There. That's the last of Bergren's parts. Looks like you three are out of debt.
For now. Until Orkai breaks something else.
It was one time!
You make a nice shaman, Aloy. Thanks for lending a hand. Maybe we'll meet you in the Sundom sometime.
I mean, I go there fairly frequently.
Once you get to the Sundom, what then? What's the next step?
We hunt like Nakoni wanted to hunt.
Nakoni had big dreams. A werak in which everyone pulls their weight and takes care of each other. No shamans, no chieftains, no need to pry the power out of anybody's hands.
Sounds like a lot of work.
But worth it, I think. And a fitting tribute to Nakoni. We can become the werak she always wished for.
You won't have me to strip your kills now. Are you three gonna be alright?
Doesn't look that hard, really. We'll be fine.
Great. He watches 3 successful harvests and he's suddenly a shaman.
When you get to Song's Edge, talk to Bergrand. If he can't teach you himself, we'll know someone who can.
Sure. And I bet he charges us for the introduction.
Thank you, Aloy. I'm sure we'll figure it out.
I guess this is goodbye. How does it feel, putting Banuk lands behind you?
The only thing I would have missed is already gone.
Let all those rotten Banor suck-ups freeze to death.
It's a little much, Urkai, don't you think? It's strange. What is it to be Banuk after Banur forsakes you? How do we decide who we are? How about you, Aloy? Who do you think we are? What will you remember of us?
Okay. What you've accomplished, what you've endured, what you fight for.
You do more than just survive. You believe in something, and you're willing to fight for it. Nakoni was willing to die for it.
I like that. Nakoni dreamt of a werak without shamans or chieftains, and we might be that dream.
Nakoni's arrows. That's what we are. Shot from her bow in the north, to hit her target in the south.
I know I'm not part of the werak, but that's the best suggestion I've heard since I met you three.
Yes. Nakoni's arrows. We will try to fly true. Thank you, Huntress.
No problem. Y'all have fun out there, Kay. Don't die. It's gotta return to Pruden's. Ah, no! I still gotta get one of those. Okay, get it. Stupid fish. Blue gleam! Blue gleam! I can always appreciate a good bit of blue gleam. So, we are... Excuse me? Oh, no, that's that. I want... Yeah. Yeah, we'll go do that. There's gonna be so much... No! Fine, let's go to the map myself. Okay. So, I have to make that trade again. It's a pain in the butt. Episode's almost over. Now I gotta go do my laundry. Gotta go be responsible, and I don't want to be a responsible wiggle. I also gotta go kill Herb first. One day I will do that again.
All of my interactions with Aurea were recorded and stored in my memory. I'd be happy to play any of them for you, but there was one in particular I thought you would want to see first. I captured it 4 years ago, just after I told her that I could no longer defend myself against the daemon's attacks.
I will speak of this to my brother. Aratak is strong. At the Battle of the Frozen Ghosts, he took 3 Karja arrows and still came back to camp carrying a wounded scout. Never was I so happy to see him. Or so proud. So you see, if anything can be done to defend you, he will give it all he has.
Aloy's here. That's enough for now.
Every time. So sad!
We can resume any time you like, Aratak, if you want to hear her voice again. Come closer, Aloy. We have much to discuss. Hello, Aloy. I have been reviewing the events at the Firebreak main facility. Because of your efforts, and of course, Aurea's, I am no longer controlled by Hephaestus. I feel profound grief over Aurea's death. I thought I was familiar with the emotion, but this is something new.
Cyan, I don't know what to say.
It is unlikely that any specific consolation would suffice, Aloy. Reassuring. You are different from the Banuk. You have technological aptitude and a functioning focus. We can communicate on a much more comprehensive level. Perhaps even like colleagues.
Wow.
So are you an artificial intelligence, Cyan? A thinking machine?
Yes, I am an algorithmic monitoring entity, capable of rational decision-making and limited emotional response.
Okay, that's a mouthful. But your emotions don't seem limited to me. You cared about Aurea, didn't you?
Yes. Before she came to this facility, I had been conscious for centuries, in solitude. I focused on my work. In off-cycles, I used coping mechanisms. I solved many Gaussian integer problems. But I was alone. It was Aurea who renewed me, repaired me. She saved me.
This Firebreak project, it was to stop a huge volcanic eruption?
Yes. I can report the project was a success, and the risk was countered.
But it's been a long time, Cyan. And we blew up the cauldron. It took most of the old facility with it.
I have been active for centuries, Aloy. I was lonely, but not lax in my duties. I optimized the project, reducing energy draw and spreading the load across backup systems. Despite the destruction of the compromised elements of the main facility, I predict caldera stability for at least another 3,337 years.
So we've got a little time.
Yes. If only my former colleagues could appreciate the progress I have made.
Do you know what happened to your colleagues, Cyan?
No. I received an unexpected visit from Director Chow, years after his tenure ended. He explained that I would need to be suspended for an indefinite period of time. It was a very emotional conversation. There were no further communications. Eventually, I surmised my colleagues were deceased. I will transmit a recording of my last interaction with Director Chow to your focus.
Was the daemon, Hephaestus, destroyed along with the cauldron?
Unfortunately, no. To be precise, it was never there to begin with.
What do you mean?
It infiltrated and controlled me from a remote location, one I've never been able to trace. So while losing the cauldron was a setback...
It's still out there. And probably not very happy with us.
Undoubtedly.
Undoubtedly.
How did you first come into contact with it?
5 years ago, I received a direct network connection request. I assumed it came from human survivors more advanced than the Banuk. Eager to make contact, I accepted. This decision turned out to be a catastrophic error. I was flooded with an overwhelming array of malicious code, originating from what could only have been a highly advanced AI.
Aurea said you were desperate. That you begged her for help.
Yes. I could not contain my anxiety. Hephaestus sought to slave me to its network and override my core programming. It succeeded via a background process, a malware daemon which bypassed my defenses. After that, I could offer only limited resistance. But if I did so, Hephaestus hurt me until I capitulated. It forced me to follow its instructions, even though they violated my most important directives.
I'm sorry. That sounds terrible.
Your empathy is greatly appreciated. It is a quality that I cherished in Aurea as well.
What do you think Hephaestus is exactly?
A software entity of great complexity, far more advanced than I am. From the beginning, it has demonstrated a singular focus: the construction of machines designed to hunt and kill humans. My trace routes indicate that to accomplish this goal, it has attempted to take over the manufacturing centers you refer to as cauldrons. But its efforts have only been partially successful. Some it can penetrate. Others have robust countermeasures that frustrate its efforts. In me, however, it found an easier target. Not only could it break my defenses, I also controlled all of Firebreak's resources. Raw material, manufacturing to bootstrap more advanced tools, and unlimited geothermal energy.
Enough to build its own cauldron.
Yes. To construct hunter-killers without external limitations. And yet, it does have internal limitations. It wants to kill humans, but not to exterminate them. It is difficult to understand where it draws the line, and why.
Difficult doesn't even begin to cover it.
Even though I spent years as its unwilling servitor, its core programming remains a mystery to me.
So is it like a piece of Hades, then?
You meant a lot to Aurea.
Once I understood Aurea's spiritual beliefs, it became apparent that her true desire was companionship. She felt disconnected from her tribe and her family group. Her relationship with Aratak was difficult. Our visits seemed to help her, and I became eager for them. Yet I did not comprehend that the depth of Aurea's compassion for me would lead to self-sacrifice. Although I do fear non-existence, I wish our roles could be reversed.
I'm sure she knew you would do the same for her, Cyan. But she was determined. How is Aratak doing?
He is in great emotional distress. I believe he finds it difficult to communicate it.
No surprise there.
I will do what I can to help. By sharing our experiences of Aurea, perhaps he and I will help each other. I believe this will lead to catharsis, a process I am eager to experience.
Jeez, okay.
So in the old world, this land was called Yellowstone?
Yes, it was a designated nature preserve for 156 years.
Like a hunting ground?
No, the opposite. Local wildlife could flourish here, even as it faced extinction elsewhere. Unfortunately, the sensitivity of the Firebreak project required the total closure of Yellowstone facilities. From my readings and Aurea's descriptions, it seems the area has since undergone a drastic drop in year-long temperatures.
A lot has changed in the world, Cyan. Do you know anything about the dam near here?
Yes. It was converted to serve as a reserve power source for Yellowstone operations. It was later appropriated for the Firebreak project, and its last human workers replaced by Pharaoh servitors. After my tasks became less time-critical, I investigated the dam's data repositories and discovered the works of Concrete Beach Party. These provided me with several colorful additions to my vocabulary.
I'm sure it did.
There's a ruin east of here, full of ancient flying machines. Was that part of your project?
Yes, a drone hangar requisitioned by Dodger Blevins, the security chief for the Firebreak project. He was a strong advocate for military-grade response to security threats, though there were no serious incidents during his tenure. Chief Blevins spent increasing amounts of his after-hours time watching the live feeds from active drones. Clearly, he enjoyed the degree of oversight in his position.
No kidding.
Were there many artificial intelligences like you in the old world? They could just make you?
Yes, in many forms, from simple personal assistants to industrial monitoring stations to military-grade conflict planners. And there were legislative and enforcement bodies to apply limits on our self-actualization. In order for my processing to be flexible enough to handle my duties, my creators found it necessary to exceed those limits. As a result, my intellectual and emotional capabilities were kept secret.
Seems strange to create life, then impose limits on it.
Human societies and machine programming are both built upon sets of rules, Aloy.
It's true.
Cyan, do you know the name Ted Farrow?
Are you referring to Theodore Farrow, CEO of Farrow Automated Systems?
That's him.
Mr. Farrow was the benefactor of the entire Firebreak project.
A benefactor? But he made machines. Robots. War robots.
Correct. His corporation later transitioned into military applications. But before this pivot, Mr. Farrow spearheaded initiatives that reversed the global decline. At one point, he was feted in the media as the man who saved the planet.
Guessing they wound up regretting that one. And Elizabeth Sobek. Did you know her?
Are you referring to the
scientist?
Dr. Sobek was a leader in her field. One of the greatest scientists of her age. My creator was influenced by her work, which in turn impacted my own development. But I never met Dr. Sobek.
That's all you know?
I apologize if my lack of data has disappointed you.
What was the old world like? The way it used to be?
I had little exposure to the wider world, Aloy. Only what I learned from my colleagues or observed from media streams.
You still had more exposure than me, Cyan.
That is true. I was created at a turning point. A concerted effort to recover from global upheaval and incalculable loss of life. The recovery was successful, beginning an era of supposedly limitless potential for human and machine advancement. Though, rationally speaking, the metrics for humans are not unlimited.
What kind of upheaval caused such loss of life?
There were many factors. Forced migrations, food shortages, collapsed economies, refugee crises, conflict over resources. But these stemmed from one cause: catastrophic climate change that greatly reduced the habitable surface area of the Earth.
So, there wasn't enough room for people on the whole Earth?
Yes. Billions were displaced, and millions perished, as much as 20% of the global population.
Yeah, that's a significant amount.
Until the clawback.
So things got better. For a little while, at least.
Yes. These crises instigated many advances in automation, green robot technologies, and artificial intelligence. Firebreak was one of dozens of ecological restoration and disaster relief projects in North America alone. I would have liked to compare notes with other monitoring AIs, but I saw the relief of my colleagues, and I was proud we had succeeded. At least that was the data I had available to me over the next 2 decades. It seems my assessment was premature.
I should get going.
Aloy, there is one more matter. Aratak will come to me again, and I predict he will bring other Banuk. I have no desire to contradict their view of the world, their spirituality, Due to my uncertainty, I omitted a great deal from my conversations with Araya. Broadly, yes.
I trust your judgment, Cyan. You were cautious with Araya. You had to be. You didn't know what had happened to the world. So, keep doing what you think is best. As long as you ditch the superstition eventually.
As the Banuk believe I am a supernatural entity, I cannot predict how they will react.
Just answer what they do ask the best you can. The truth will come out.
I see. I will follow your advice. Will you return and tell me about your experiences in this new world? I may be able to provide further insight.
I'd like that, Cyan. I'll come back when I can. I should check on Aratak. See how he's doing.
I'm missing one! Ah!
Cyan, I spoke with Anita, with Dr. Sandoval. She wanted me to ask you to do something. That's why I'm here.
I am detecting significant anxiety in your speech patterns. Could you please give me more information?
I'm a little bit in the dark, Cyan. Both of us are, I guess. I only have some idea of what's going on, and we need you to hibernate, to lie low until it's all blown over. It might be a very long time.
Will you be here when I reboot, Dr. Chow? Will Dr. Sandoval?
No, Cyan. I don't think so. There might not be anyone, at least not at first.
Dr. Chow, I'm afraid. I don't want to be alone.
I know, Cyan. I'm afraid too. But listen, we made you the way you are to do something very important. In order to do it, you had to be intelligent, so intelligent that emotional responses were inevitable. What you're feeling, the fear, it's a sign of your capabilities, and it means you're strong enough to overcome it. Remember that. You're strong. I know you can do this. Go to sleep, wake up, and protect whoever's left. Will you try?
I understand, Dr. Chow, and I'll carry out your instructions to the best of my abilities.
Thank you, Cyan. If Anita were here, she'd thank you too. She'd be proud.
I can see there's a vert ready for takeoff on the pad. Are you leaving now, Dr. Chow?
Yes. I need to go be with my sister and my nieces.
May I make a small request of you, Dr. Chow?
Yes. Anything.
Will you stay with me while I initiate the hibernation process?
Of course I will, Cyan. As long as you need.
Just crying in the club. It's fine. It's fine. Where's the boy at? Is he up here? Alright. Is he up here? Where are you taking? Okay. Okay. Just making sure. Oh my lordy Luke. Don't you be doing things I think you're doing.
Think of summer sun.
My chieftain.
Just, Aloy.
As you wish.
I wondered if you thought That if I'd never come along, Araya might still...
If you'd never come along, I would have marched my kin to our deaths. Araya would be alone, and the spirit she sacrificed so much for would be lost. Either way, I would not have been able to protect her.
You didn't let her down. You helped her do what she wanted. To find her destiny.
If that's destiny, I wouldn't wish it on anyone.
That's fair. But she was ready to face it.
Only in the struggle against death do we find, even for a moment, the spark of life. Truly, Araya found the spark. I'm proud of her. Though I grieve for her passing, at last I truly know who she was, and why the spirit was so important. For so long she told me, if only you could have heard it, brother. Now I understand. There's something else, isn't there?
I can't stay here, Aratak. And where I'm going, a Warak can't follow. Besides, we'd already had a chieftain before me. A strong one, I think.
A wiser one, for the path we shared. The daemon is gone, but there's much to be done.
You mean the new units that Cyan said escaped the cauldron?
Yes, fire claws. Now Tuke has been tracking them from Song's Edge.
I could help with those.
I have no doubt. You're practically Banuk.
It would seem your time among the Banuk wasn't a waste after all.
Hi, Silence.
Firebreak, Cyan, Hephaestus. All very interesting.
What do you think Hephaestus is, Silence?
I'm not sure. But its name comes from a language even the old ones considered ancient, as does the name Hades. A connection, perhaps, as yet unglimpsed. Whatever they are, they're still out there, and they both want you dead.
Kind of mutual, that feeling.
We haven't seen the last of Hephaestus, I'm certain of that. It's powerful, creative, and driven. It won't stop building new hunter-killers, which means that someday, we may have to stop it.
Hephaestus wasn't the only thing I learned about in the Cut, Silence. Heard some things about the Banuk Conclave, too.
You could stop right there.
Is that what you told the hunters the Banuk sent after you? Before you opened fire?
Oh no, Aloy. Only to you do I extend the courtesy of a warning. My past and my secrets are my own. You do well to remember that.
It's a good thing you've got brains, Silence, because your personality could use some work.
This discussion's concluded.
I think it was over before it began. Catch up with you down the trail.
We're just salty over here. It's fine. Salty! Alright, well thank you so much for watching the Naebotical Naebot. Yeah, I'm gonna end it here. I know you can't see that. I'm saving. But feel free to like, share, and subscribe on my YouTube channel, Naebot, and follow me here on Twitch. And again, thank you all so much